Hey guys, it's Mike the HVAC Reefer Guy, and I'm coming to you from Tempe, Arizona. And I'm here with Makita. They're driving innovation. They've got this huge booth here in Tempe, and they're in front of a construction company that I'm not going to name, but it's a construction tool company here in Tempe. But we're really here focusing about the Makita product line. And I've got one of the guys here that is going to talk about some of the Makita stuff, some of the stuff that you're seeing, some of the new innovations coming out in 2019, and what have we got? And introduce yourself.
I'm Jeff. I'm one of the local Makita reps, along with Robert over here.
A little louder, bud.
Okay. So I'm Jeff, one of the reps.
Yep.
Showing off a lot of our new tools. As Mike said, our driving innovation tour. It's the first time we've been able to have it in Phoenix.
So the first time ever in Phoenix.
Yeah. Other than he drove through just to show the truck during the staff event back in October. It's the first time we've actually been able to set it up and show off tools. So we're talking about a lot of our class-leading technology, anything from our subcompact to our standard tools, all the way up to our X2 platform, which runs off 2 of the 18-volt batteries at the same time. So instead of having to have multiple battery platforms on a job, you have everything from your light-duty, lightweight stuff with the subcompact, all the way up to our heavy-duty, super powerful stuff running off 2 18-volt batteries. One battery style, one charger style. So really streamlines what you can do on a job.
So let's go down here and look at some of the cordless stuff. We'll get out of the sun because it's super hot. And let's talk about some of this cordless stuff that you got here.
Yeah, so
on the other side, you were perfect where you were at.
So in this section, we've got a lot of our, I hate to say our mid-level tools, but kind of our standard tools run off a single 18-volt platform. Here we've got our 3/4 inch or 7/16 hex impact wrenches.
Yeah, we just support that product.
Well, the cool thing is Makita is very big in the concrete industry, so we got a lot of class-leading things here.
Oh my God, bring that thing out.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Our hydraulic style rebar cutter that does a very clean cold cut with rebar.
So it's totally battery operated. You can bring that on the job.
Absolutely.
It'll cut rebar with no problem. It looks badass. Like I want to take it out and go do something with it. Even though I don't do rebar in air conditioning, I want to cut rebar.
There you go. So if you want something, if you need to do any flush cutting in rebar, I'm going to kind of jump over you real quick so I can grab this one. If you need to do cutting rebar, cutting threaded rod,
right?
So you get a kind of different spin on it. We've got our flush.
And these batteries are all interchangeable, right?
Absolutely. We've got approximately 200 tools and accessories that'll run off one battery style.
That's awesome.
From our 2 amp hour compact to getting up to our 5 and 6 amp hour full size. Like I said, with the X2,
what is this
2
cut?
batteries.
Oh, this is
so this is designed for cutting threaded rod or rebar. It's a flush cutter, so it's designed if you've got to do a near flush cut, it'll get to about 1/8 of an inch from flush, so it's a lot easier for working.
So if you're doing concrete work and you got to do a flush cut right against the concrete, this guy will come in, it'll cut it, and just make it so clean.
Yep, 1/8 within 1/8 inch of flush, it'll cut to number 8 rebar.
And then you have a Makita grinder.
Yep.
On the same battery, right?
Absolutely.
That when you need to get down and make it flush all the way and make it smooth, that's the one you're going to use, right?
Yep. And then obviously much less sparks with this than you would be with cutting it with a grinder.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about a cutoff wheel on a grinder where you'd have to kind of flex in the concrete, more up the concrete. This gives you a lot more flexibility to work with. This particular grinder is one of our newest ones.
What makes it new?
It's got a variable speed.
Very speed, nice.
And then we've also got this particular model comes with our AWS auto wireless start system.
Okay.
It's basically a Bluetooth connectivity between this and select vacuums that we have.
Wow.
So instead of having to hit your power button on your vacuum and then come and do your grinding or surfacing,
this will Bluetooth to the vacuum.
Yep.
You hit one button, everything comes on.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Basically, kick your grinder on, it'll kick the vacuum on, it'll stay on about 3 seconds after you turn off the trigger to help clear the line.
Awesome.
So much, especially with the new OSHA standards that rolled out last year, keep you compliant on job site, keep the OSHA man off your back.
Okay. Let's look at that. Now that's an impact gun, right?
Yep. So this is one of the ones we launched about 3 years ago. Without getting too crazy in the model numbers, is our XDT12. It's one of our top line, current top line brushless model. What's nice about this is it has 4 different speeds. So you get it dialed in exactly what level you want it at. So you know, if you get into cabinet screws and
Right.
you know, like your hardware screws, you don't want a real high speed setting. So you got the low speed for that all the way up to 3,600 RPM on the high speed. What's really cool about this, Makita had one of the first brushless impact drivers back about 10 years ago. And that had a cool mode we call Tech Mode now, or T Mode now for tightening.
Right.
Great for self-tapper. So in the HVAC industry,
Oh, sweet.
comes in super handy. What it does is it starts your when your screws in tapping mode, when you're drilling, basically starts at high speed, and then it slows down once you get to your threads.
So that you don't over tap it, you don't spin it out, you don't waste it. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. That's good. So kind of different than like the torque setting on the back. This actually senses it, correct?
Yeah. Basically, what it does is obviously the screw itself sends back different resistance when you're tapping versus screwing. It can sense the change in the rotation when it gets to the threads and automatically slows down. And another nice feature that this one has that
Awesome.
is really unique, we got it on this one and then our subcompact. It's a Syst Mode, which is this A mode here. That kind of does the opposite. What this is designed for is when you have longer screws, like for deck building or installing cabinets and things like that, the actual wall mounting screws, it starts it slow, and then when the screw stabilizes, it can sense that motion of the screw. Once the screw stabilizes, then it accelerates. So you don't have to do all that work through your trigger. You basically just hold your trigger down. So it's a lot easier for the end user.
Wow.
Over
So
time,
you guys out there that are building decks and you're used to having a screw that wobbles around, it senses that, it adjusts the speed until it's set, and then off it goes.
Accelerates. Yep.
Awesome.
So basically takes all the guesswork out for you as the operator. Makes the least skilled guy on the job just as effective as the highest skilled guy on the job.
Cool. So let's go down a little bit and look at some more.
So here we got some more of our more compact style.
You got
drills.
drywall screws, screw guns there. You got a Makita. It looks like you got a bandsaw.
Yeah, that's our compact bandsaw.
Again, same battery, right?
Yep. All these tools
Same
that are here are all on
technology?
the same platform. Now we're getting down to the kind of one of the newer ends of the market for us. We did a lot of market research, and people find that people grab the smallest tool that'll get the job done for them.
Right.
So that typically means is they have an 18-volt platform on their job, and then they'll have a 12-volt platform on their job.
So this is our subcompact.
Yep.
It's
So
a little smaller.
So it's an 18-volt battery, so it's
Right.
compatible with all the other batteries and chargers we've got.
Good.
But it's the size and weight of most of our competitors.
What does
12
that
and
weigh?
above. The impact driver with battery weighs 2.6 pounds.
That's going to be light. So the guys that are out there, you're on your tool bags. You got it clipped. It's going to be real light. Let's hope. Holy crap!
Yeah.
That like weighs nothing.
Yeah, it's literally the same weight or less than most of the 12 volt models that are out there.
Wow, that's really light. So if you're clipping it on your tool bag, you know what? It's going to weigh like next to nothing. That's awesome.
And with the impact driver here, again, you got 2 speed modes, but this also has the assist mode, like the big impact we just showed.
So you got some music. You got some radios. You got vacuum that looks like a vacuum right here, or a blower.
Yeah, this is a vacuum kind of designed to match up with our subcompact line. We've even got a new attachment for that. Unfortunately, we didn't get it here in time for the show,
That's okay.
but it's a cyclonic attachment that goes in the hose, and it traps 90% of the dirt before it even gets to the filter of the vacuum. So a new accessory option we've got. Subcompact line's one of our biggest, fastest growing lines. We've got a new circular saw that just launched. We've had our recip saw and our rotary hammer that have been out 6 months to a year. Great performance. Just launched a new impact wrench for it. This particular one's a 3/8 inch wrench. And at the staff to show here in Phoenix back in October, we showed a 1/2 inch. That's going to come in the same basic body. So again, super lightweight. It's obviously going to be a little bit heavier than the driver, simply because of the hammer mechanism inside for the wrench portion.
Good stuff. So let's head over now real quick. We're going to look a little bit over here on these guys. These are the big boys, right?
Yeah. So Makita's got a great heritage in the concrete industry. We put a lot of effort in it over the last 10-15 years. Now we've been able, as the better motor technology of our cordless systems have gotten better, we've got a lot of stuff. Everything from, like I said, the subcompact rotary hammer, all the way up to our 1 9/16 that we introduced this year at World of Concrete.
Okay.
We've got an HR 4013. It's one of the best-selling 1.5 inch, 1 9/16 electric models on the market. This particular cordless was benchmarked off that. Other than the motor being a brushless DC motor, it's all the same guts as our electric one. It gives pretty much the same performance as our electric. Actually allows drill it in a lot of applications. So this is designed actually do 3/4 inch, 1 inch holes all day on it, all the way up to 1.5 inch, a 4-inch coring bit. There's tons of applications for that.
Great
Doing
stuff.
Your through pipes with a coring bit on a tilt up job, perfect for it. One of my favorite tools that I've got in my demo account is our backpack vac. Super quiet. I'm actually going to turn it on high speed here.
Okay.
And keep in mind we're at the back side of the vacuum, so we're getting
Right.
the most noise from this. But this is perfect for when you're on a lift with one of the small rotary
Okay.
hammers or small grinder.
Barely hear it running.
Very low noise, and that's at high speed. It's got 2 different speed settings.
Can't even hear it.
Yeah, and this is on the backside where you get the most noise. If you're in front of it,
You're not going to hear it at all.
yeah, hose comes off the top, so it's really easy to hook up. Another nice little convenience feature on it's got a built-in LED light on the remote control.
Right.
We just launched a new version of this earlier this week. Upgraded version, motor and everything as far as the guts of it, more powerful, higher suction rate, but also has our AWS auto wireless system to where with some of our new rotary hammers we're having coming out with the Bluetooth connectivity, pull your trigger, it'll automatically kick on the vacuum, stays on for a few seconds after you let go of the trigger to help clear the line.
Wow, so there's so much from Makita that's coming out. Hammer drills, vacuums. This all takes off the battery? These are all plug-ins.
Yeah, this particular one here.
Yeah,
is-
these are all
is our electric.
plugs. All of this is electric. This looks like it comes off the battery.
Yeah. Everything. The big vac is the only thing we've got out here that's
So the
on
vacuum.
electric.
So everything else is battery.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's freaking crazy. So if you guys want to check them out, this is the one system, over 200 solutions. Use the batteries charger, all of them. Look at their subcompact line, and look what they have with the drills and the hammer drills. They got a lot going on with Makita.
Absolutely.
And you guys have a website?
Yep, MakitaTools.com.
MakitaTools.com. Awesome.
Constantly launching new tools and
we're good to go.
accessories, absolutely.
All right, well, work safe, be safe, you guys. We will see you next time.